All right, this is the video for Monday, April 20th or Tuesday, April 21st, depending on when you have class. So what I've done here, I just wanted to show you that I have both the YouTube video that you're watching right now and the GoFormative up on my screen. This is an option for you so that you can kind of go back and forth, and you can pause the video as many times as you need to and come over here to the GoFormative, okay? So you should be looking at Standard 3 levels 1 through 4. This is just a practice before you do the actual standard check. Okay, so you should have gotten in the email, you should have gotten the video, the practice, which we're doing right now, and then the standard check. Okay, the standard check is the one that counts. So the video is just a reminder like, hey, help me remember how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just make mine big. And then now if I make it smaller, it goes right next to the video. So because I made it that size, it'll keep going back to that and I can see the video. Okay, so if I make this big, I'm going to go through these first couple of questions here, and then I'll do a graph. So if you're good with the first questions and you only want to check out the graphs, you can scooch ahead a little bit. So question number 1, again, we can zoom in if you can't see it very well to see the problems. The slope, remember, is the number in front of the parentheses, and the point is x comma y. So you go next to the x, and then you go next to the y, remembering to change the signs, but change the signs only on the point, not on the slope. Okay, so now I'm ready to actually type my answer, so I'm going to go show questions over here. So question number 1, the slope is 3. So I'm just going to write 3. Don't write slope equals 3. Don't write m equals 3. Just write the number 3 and then go to the next question. I've been counting it correct if you do, but it won't automatically count it correct. And I've set it up so that you can see your scores when you're done for the first couple of problems. Number 2, we have to do the point. So the point here, I start with the parentheses. Some of you are starting with brackets, or even these brackets here. The parentheses, we're going to hit shift and then we're going to hit the number 9. Okay, so that's a parenthesis. The number 4 is the letter next to the x, and since it says -4 in the problem, I'm going to do a +4, comma. Then next to the letter y, it says -5. So instead of writing a -5, I'm going to write a +5. Okay. And then I can put that other parenthesis. Now I can scroll over here so I can see the next set of problems, or you can click on the actual number and it'll go to that problem. But I don't like to click because then I don't see it over here on the left side. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. Now I put right here on question number 3, make sure you use the backslash for the divided by. Okay, so right here where it says slope, my slope is a fraction, so I'm going to use the backslash for the divide by. So it's 1 divided by 4. It should look like that. And now the point. So parentheses. And we go next to the x, it says +3, so I'm going to do -3. Then it says +2 next to the y, so I'm going to do -2. And if you forget to put a comma, or if you accidentally put a period, it's okay, I will go back and change that later. This next one is a level 4 question because of the fact that it doesn't have a number here, so one of your coordinates for your point is going to be 0. Okay, and I put that on there for number 6. So number 5, the slope is 2. It's just 2. It's not m equals 2. It's just 2. And then it says, remember, if there's no number, it's a 0. That's because there's no number behind x. So that's 0, comma, and then 7. So that gets to your level 4. Okay, let's talk about a graph. So I'm still scrolling over here on this side. And at the request of several of you, it worked really well, you thought, for the graph to actually be in the question. So there it is. Make sure that this pencil tool, this squiggly here, is highlighted. If not, you can just click on it. Remember that this is how big you're writing. So if you're writing super huge and you don't want to, you can make it smaller. And then, but you still have to make sure that that is highlighted. So my slope here, it's been really nice for those of you who are putting your slope on the side. Look at how nice that looks. Okay, it's not going to look great. That's totally fine. And then the point is 1, 2. So pause if you need to catch up on that part. And now we're going to actually graph it. So to graph this point right here is going to go first. Okay, so I'll put that point in a different color so you can see what's going on. So this point right here, 1, 2. From 0, 0, I'm going to go 1 on the x-axis and then 2 on the y-axis, and that's going to go right here. And then from there, so we'll switch colors here. Now we're going to do this slope. The top number means you're going to go up, and the bottom number means you're going to go right or left. And in this case, it's positive, so I'm going right. Okay, so I'm going to go up 2. I'm going to count up 2, and then to the right 3. And put it up. Okay, now you just need to connect them. Some of you are connecting them with the drawing tool, which is fine. It's just sometimes hard to actually hit your dots. So you can also use, remember, you can also use the line tool, which is over here. Click that line tool and connect your dots. Okay, because you're in this different window, you can click the blue check mark and that'll take you back to the formative assessment. So you can pause or rewind if you need to see that again. I'm going to skip number 8, give you the opportunity to practice that one by yourself, and then go down to number 9. So you can pause to do number 8 and then come back for number 9. It says right here, this question is a level 4 question because one of the coordinates is a 0. So 9 and 10 are both level 4 questions. So it's up to you if you look at those or if you do them. So we'll start with the slope. My slope equals -3, which would be -3 over 1. And then my point here, we'll switch colors here so I can use a different one. So my point is -4 because it says +4 right here. So the opposite of that. And then there's no number here. So that number is going to be 0. So that's why this is a level 4, because you have to put a 0 in there. Okay, so we'll graph this point, -4, 0. So -4 on the x-axis, 0 on the y-axis, so it's going to stay right there. And then from there, we're going to do this. Okay, so this right here means you're going to go down 3, and then this is a positive one. So that negative only goes with the top number. It doesn't go with the bottom number. So I'm going to go right. Okay, so then from there, I'm going to go down 3, and then to the right 1. And then use your line tool to connect the dots. Okay, you can try number 10, and then you're ready to jump over to the second Go Formative in the email, which is your standard check.